Folded hit. The police on Monday folded a brazen daylight hit job, ending with the fatal shooting of 5 men and the seizure of 4 firearms during a reported gun battle along Jocks Hill Road in St. Andrew. The deadly encounter, which unfolded around 12:40 p.m., also prompted an urgent appeal for investigators for Courtney Ashley, otherwise known as Bloodstain, to report to the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch (CTOC). The police recovered a high-powered M16 rifle, a shotgun and 2 pistols, a Glock and a Taurus at the scene, where officers say they came under sustained gunfire while attempting to intercept a murder plot. According to police reports, a team was acting on intelligence when it arrived at the premises in the upscale Jocks Hill community. Upon approach, they were allegedly fired upon and returned fire in self-defense. When the gunfire subsided, 5 men were found with gunshot wounds. They were rushed to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. Their identities have not yet been confirmed. A 6th suspect reportedly fled the scene and is currently being sought. No members of the police team were injured during the incident. Reporters' team visited the scene as onlookers described intense gunfire. A landscaper and a gardener working in the area said they initially mistook the barrage of gunfire for a robbery. I work, and when me hear the shot them, me a check say a robbery a go on. There was a lot of shots, a barricade of shot, about 50 rounds, and enough gunshot, stated the landscaper. I the first me hear something like this, cause which part me work at 24-hour security, he added, while leaving the area. While noting that his boss informed him that 5 persons were killed, he said he was surprised by the incident and was finding out for the first time that a studio was at the location where the shooting occurred. The gardener, who was equally surprised by the incident, said that it is more than 2 decades working in the area, he had never seen such a violent encounter. 25 years me I work up here, and at the first in my life, me see something like this. When I first heard the barrage of shot, me say, how are this? But then again, I see cover and look through a window and see movement and say it had to be the police, he stated. The worker said he immediately called his boss, who instructed him to press the panic button, which he did, and summoned King Alarm Security, who arrived on the scene. The worker said he wasn't sure what was transpiring, thought it was a police raid. When he was told that 5 men reported the dead, he appeared surprised. Another resident nearby, who observed the aftermath, praised the police swift action. Job well done, thumbs up to the police, she stated. People up here afraid to walk on the road because of the robbers. In the meantime, the incident has been reported to the Independent Commission of Investigations (INDECOM) and the JCF Inspectorate and Professional Standard Oversight Bureau. This is in keeping with the oversight protocols related to police use of force. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is urging anyone with information on the case, including the whereabouts of Courtney Ashley, to contact CTOC at 876-967-1389, Crime Stop at 311, the National Intelligence Bureau at 811, or the nearest police station. However, this latest death encounter brings to 183 the number of persons shot and killed by the police since the start of the year, a more than 120% increase compared to the corresponding period last year. INDECOM on Friday again raised concern about the growing number of police killings and renewed its call for increased use of body-worn cameras during planned police operations. The oversight body criticized the continued failure to equip police personnel with available body cameras, noting that evidentiary importance in high-risk confrontations. Despite reported infrastructure limitations, INDECOM stated that JCF should prioritize BWC deployment for pre-planned raids, warrant execution, and the search for wanted individuals to secure vital evidential information. INDECOM's concern came in the wake of 4 separate operations, which resulted in the deaths of 4 men in St. Catherine within 24 hours between July 17 and 18 last week. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Miller-Fort clarifies that JLP government has no intention to target or victimize public servants who have personal political preferences. Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs Marlene Miller-Fort is rejecting reports that she has indicated that the governing Jamaica Labour Party has intention to target, victimize, or malign civil or public servants who have personal political preferences. The minister says she did not indicate a move to clamp down on members of civil service, and this is absolutely not the intention of the government. During her address at the Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 4 meeting in St. James, Mrs. Ford highlighted the need for a public sector reform. In a release, Mrs. Ford acknowledged media reports suggesting that she indicated a clamping down on public servants. She said the reports do not accurately reflect the substance of her comments. She noted that there is more work to be done, and JLP Secretary Dr. Horace Chang has welcomed the clarification from Mrs. Malahoo Ford. He said the JLP is committed to a fair and just treatment of all members of the labor force in Jamaica and has absolutely no intention to target any member of the civil service.
My comments were centered on upholding the long established principle that the public service must be politically neutral. It must be professional and it must be focused on delivering quality service to the people of Jamaica. This is essential for ensuring that all Jamaicans, regardless of political affiliation, receive fair and equitable service, receive efficient service from their government. Let me emphasize that the government of Jamaica remains committed to empowering our civil servants. We remain committed to improving the conditions of service of our public and civil servants. And this is demonstrated by the implementation of the largest public sector compensation package in Jamaica's history. And so we put on notice that the work we recognize that remains to be done will be done. And it will be done to ensure that all who work in government, who are regarded as the internal clients of government, are fairly and properly treated, so that in turn they can fairly and properly treat those who are served by government, the external clients of government.
Police announced restrictions for persons visiting the Locust Hope. The police have announced restrictions for persons visiting the Locust Hope, the bookship dock, at the Cement Corp Pier in Kingston. Citizens are being advised that all persons entering the ship will be subjected to search. No firearms, knife, icebreak, machetes, firecrackers, sprays, large igloos, glass bottles, lighters, frozen water or drinks, drugs, alcohol, umbrellas, with pointed tips, or any of these can be used as a weapon will be allowed on the ship. Licensed firearm holders are advised to make alternative arrangements for the safekeeping of their firearms, as no provision will be made at the venue. They are also being warned not to leave firearms in their vehicles, as this is a dangerous practice. Additionally, no smoking will be allowed inside, and persons found in breach may be asked to leave. The Locust Hope, the world's largest 14-boat fair, returned to Jamaica on Saturday. The ship will be docked in Kingston at the Cement Corp Pier for 1 month until August 19, then sail into Montego Bay from August 22nd to September 14. Opening hours in Kingston are Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on Sunday from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.